Okay, so just to let you know, we're going to be doing Yin into Yoga Nidra. So just make sure you've got blankets, eye mask, keep warm as well, cushions, bolster, any blocks as well. So welcome to December, last month of the year. I can't believe it, how quick this year has gone. So new theme and new focus for this month. We're working now from going inward into the heart space to going outward, into expanding from that really nice stable inward space. We can now start to sense outwardly into the space around us and really start to tune more into subtler energies where we've built up that connection into our intuition, into our senses, and we've really built that lovely connection into our heart space through Vyana Vayu. We can now start to move into more subtler realms, so much more into the energetic body, into the space surrounding us, and also just starting to build up our energetic field much more strongly. So we're looking now at Vyana Vayu, which is the wind that integrates all of the winds, all of the Vayus. So it's a really lovely one to build up your energetic field, to really clear anything negative from your force field. And it creates that lovely sense of protection around you, really honing in all of your energy and keeping it safe and integrated. So Vyana Vayu helps to really shift and move all of the winds in the right directions. And once we've really built up each wind, we can start to feel more strong in our sense of energetic self. So we're targeting more laterals and a little bit of back bending, so lots of the side body. So quite often we hold a lot of unliberated energy down the side bodies, and when we start to tap into them through side stretching and opening up, a little bit of twisting and back bending, we start to really liberate and emancipate all of this energy that's been gathered here, maybe feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant or tension and tightness. And as we liberate it, we can start to utilize all that energy that we've now freed up. So this is again helping to bring much more clarity into the mind, much more sense of good health. And also it allows us to feel that sense of expansion, expanding outward. So that is where we're going for the month, and kind of the theme of moving into this last month, just expanding, finding that sense of harmony within and around us, and unification. So we will start with a child's pose and add in a couple of progressions as we go. So just make sure everything's cleared off of your mat and just come to the back end of your mat. You can take the toes and knees together if you want to work a little bit more strongly in a compression, or take the knees slightly further apart. And then just pad yourself further forward so your arms are outstretched, and you can rest your forehead over to the floor, or if it feels a little bit more comfortable to bring the floor up, so you just grab a block or a cushion and rest that underneath your forehead. So as you rest here in child's pose, feel your breath really moving into the outside edges of your rib cage, all the way down into the waist, maybe feeling a little bit of space liberating down the side of the hip as well. And we get that nice breath going into the armpit. So all of these areas that are normally closed off, we have our arms down by our sides, and we're not really focusing our awareness in these parts of the body. So now we have that spaciousness physically, you can start to really feel your breath flooding into these areas. So we're here for just 1 more minute, and then we'll add on a progression. So allow your breath to feel deep in your belly, nice, deep, expansive belly breaths. So if you have a block underneath your head, just move that slightly out to the side for a moment. And we're walking the arms over to the right side of the mat. So keep the body as it is, but just the legs as they are. But just walk your body over to the right side of your mat. And then you can bring your forehead down to the block again, onto the floor. And now breathe more fully into that whole left side that's opening up. So you might feel a bit more depth of space into the waist and into the intercostal muscles. So the muscles that run in between the rib cage. Just here for a minute. So with your next inhalation, just gently lift yourself up, pad yourself back one step. So you're still a little bit more over to the right side of your mat. And then you can thread your left arm underneath your right. So we're taking a twist. Placing your head either down onto the floor or grabbing your brick or cushion and bring that under the head. And then you can bring your right hand either to your lower back or threading the hand round and lifting your elbow up to take the hand round to the top of your left thigh. Just here for one more minute. Just finishing that last round of breath there. And with your next inhale, release your right hand down to the floor and slowly lift yourself back up through to center. Take a moment just to realign your spine. And gently walk your hands off to the left side. So we're coming into the lateral stretch down the right side body. Just taking a couple more breaths here. Really feeling into any tension or tightness, any areas that feel a little restricted. And just working to liberate that sense of stagnation or stuckness. Allowing your breath to move into those points, help it to shift the energy, create more space, create more opening. The next inhalation, just slowly lift up and walk your hands just one step in. Keep your left hand where it is and then thread your right arm underneath, taking a twist now over to your left. And again, you can use a cushion or a block underneath your head. And just taking the left hand to rest onto your lower back, or you can thread that round and lift the elbow up just to deepen the twist. Just take a final round of breath where you are. And slowly releasing your left hand with your next inhale, gently lifting yourself back up through to center. And then coming out into an all fours position. So slowly bring your knees back to center. Just take a moment to come to hands and knees. And if it feels nice, you can just gently pedal out the legs. So stretching one leg back, tucking the toes under, and just switching, moving through the legs, the ankles, the feet. Really paying attention to any shifts or changes in between. So this transition phase gives you a little bit of an insight as to what's moving, what's being liberated. How does your body feel? So really tuning into that subtle shift of energy. Could be a sense of heat or warmth, maybe a feeling of flushing energy moving through, or rushing, pulsing energy. Or it could feel like a tingling, kind of gentle pins and needles feeling in the body. Nice. So from here, just gently bring yourself into the middle of your mat. So we're working through a half butterfly. So you can take your left leg out in front and bring your right foot to the sole of the inner thigh. And you might want to use some blocks. So you can either use blocks or cushions, and this might be on the inside or outside. And we're working to twist the body. So we want to face the bent leg. So the chest is towards the bent leg. And you can either rest on a block, or you can rest on your shin, on a lower block. Or if you have the space, you can rest your elbow to the floor. And we want to roll back through the right shoulder. So you're really opening up the chest. If it's too much for your shoulder, you can always leave your hand down on your side or your knee. Ideally, we want to take the hand either to the back of the head or rest the arm over. If you can reach for the foot and that feels comfortable, you can hold here too. It's a much deeper stretch, but we're holding for around 3 minutes. So just find a position that feels good for you to rest into. If you've got a cushion, you can always use a cushion, or you can bring a blanket over the hip. So you've got a nice support for your waist. That's really nice to feel a little bit more open in the skin through the ribcage too. So just set yourself up, and then we're here for 3 minutes. So a much deeper stretch down the side body now. Just tune into the spine and see if there's anywhere that you can make a little bit more length into. And in that lengthening, try to feel the sit bones are still grounded and you feel very connected to the earth. And as the spine elongates, really notice how the muscles in between each rib are starting to open. In that opening, you might feel a sense of pulling back or restriction, so it kind of seizes or tenses up. And notice if there's anywhere else in the body that does the same response, that kind of clenching or tensing. And just see if you can find a little bit of surrender. The more we can surrender, the more we resist that tension, and the more we really move into that fluidity, that sense of peace in the mind and the body, much more deeply we can go into the shape. So moving past that residual surface layer and beginning to drop more deeply into not only the physical body but the emotional body. So how does it feel as I pause and wait? The new sensations arise, the more emotions arise. And again, can I find anywhere to soften into, to let go of that struggle, of that fight, and expand more fully into myself? Just here for the last minute and a half. So just take a final round of breath here. And then with your next inhalation, just reach your top arm back. You can gently look towards the floor and then slowly press yourself up to a lifted position. Just take a moment here to feel into that space you've created. Notice how each side feels. You may feel a complete distance in the space you have in the rib cage and the waist and the back body, maybe the back muscles. Maybe your right side feels a little bit more energetically alive. And then when you're ready, we can take the left leg in and just switch over to take the right leg out and bring the sole of the left foot to the inner upper thigh. Just move any props that you might need. Take a nice support wherever the body's lifted away from the floor. Always try to bring the floor up to meet it, so you have that sense of connection to the earth at all times. And then turning the body to face the bent leg once again. Elbow to the floor, or block or cushion. And then again, lifting the arm either up to rest behind the back of the head with the elbow lifted up, shoulder blades rolling down the back, or you can just gently rest the top arm over the head. Again, if it's too much in anybody's shoulder, always just relax your arm down to either the thigh, the hip. Still getting that lovely side stretch, but no pain in the shoulder. Again, searching for those areas in the body where you meet a resistance, where you meet a struggle. Anywhere that's clenching and holding unnecessarily. Can you release that need to fight, to resist, to hold, and just let your body drop? Allow your mind to soften. Just here for 2 more minutes. Bring your awareness into the spine and see if there's anywhere that you can make a little bit more length. Can you deepen into the shape just for the last minute? Just taking a final round of breath here. And with the next inhalation, use your top arm slowly to lift yourself back up, releasing the head, looking down to the floor, and then slowly rolling up. Just take a moment to pause here and feel into now the left side body. Tuning into any sensations that you're maybe feeling or experiencing. Sense of real liberated energy. A sense of vitality or energy building. Or maybe even just feeling of relief. So when you're ready, slowly bringing yourself back to center. You can move any props out to the side. And we're working into a bridge just to bring a little bit of opening into the chest and the heart. So you can roll yourself down to the mat. If you bring yourself into the middle of your mat, you might want to use a bolster or some blocks, so keep them to the side. When you come down, just gently walk your feet in towards you, so you can just touch the fingertips to the heels, but the feet are about hip width apart. And then with your inhalation, slowly lift the hips up and either use a cushion or some books, some blocks, anything that feels nice to rest underneath your lower back. So just where the sacrum is and the back of the pelvis, you want to feel nice and supported through that space. So it's a very, very gentle bridge position, just opening gently the heart space and bringing some inversion into the body. So if it feels nice to keep the feet as they are, you can keep them there. Or if it feels good to gently walk the feet away, so either feet flat, or you can rest your heels on the floor, just opening a little bit more into the belly and the hip flexor. Your arms can rest out to the side, down beside your hips, or over the head if you wanted to bring a bit of a deeper stretch into the lung area. Just here for 2 more minutes. Just allow yourself to rest here, breathing deeply into your chest. So the chest and ribs widen and expand. Now as you exhale, feel a sense of sinking in your navel area. Just take the last couple of breaths here. And for next inhalation, just begin to walk your feet back in, taking your hands down beside your hips. Push into the feet, lift your hips up, and just move any props out to the side. Allow yourself to slowly roll down to the mat. Bring your hips down to the floor. Just rest your hands onto your belly or out to the side and take some sways through the knees side to side. So just massaging out the lower back. Just taking one more to each side. And then when your legs come to the left or the right, just pause there. You can roll off to the side and then use your top hand to gently bring you up to a seat once again. So you can either work in easy pose with the legs crossed, or if you wanted to work a little bit more strongly around the hips, we can take shoelace. So extending your left leg out in front of you, I'm just going to do the same as you, and then take your right leg over the top. So the knees are stacking, or you can take figure 4 and use a prop to support that knee. So the floor is meeting that leg. If you're taking full shoelace, this is half. You're just going to lean off to the side and then take the foot round to the side of the hip. Once you bring the foot round, just lift up the hips and then push into the feet as you do that, and then slowly nestle them back down so you feel nice and balanced through both sit bones. And then we want to lean off to the left side, so we're opening up this whole right side. So you can either work with just your hand on the floor and simply just leaning off to the side, or you can bring a support underneath you, so a cushion or block, and bring the hand to the side of the head again and lift up and lean over. Hand to the back of the head, or if it feels more comfortable to just rest with the hand to the floor, you can work from here too. So just here for 1.5 minutes each side, not too long. We want to really open up the heart space towards the ceiling. So you get that lovely opening all the way across your collarbones, and the shoulder blades are gliding down the back. As much as you can, you're opening into the waist and keeping that right sit bone grounded to the floor. Just here for the last minute. Just take a final round of breath. And then you can gently look down to the floor, lift your top arm up and slowly lift. We want to take the underneath leg out first. If you took the full shoelace, so just lean back into your hands, take that underneath leg out, and then slowly take your top leg off. Just take a moment to pause here. If you want to take any sways through the legs, you can do that. And then we set up to go to the other side. So taking the left leg across. Again, set up with any props that you might need. And if you're taking full shoelace, just lean off to the side, lift your hip up, and then push down to the feet, lift your hips up and nestle them back down. Take any props to the other side if you need them. And then we're leaning off to the right side to open up the left side body. Either hand to the back of the head or resting the arm over the head. And really energizing away from that bottom hand or elbow so you feel the waist open. And then send your breath into those side body and lengthen the spine, just here for 1.5 minutes. Just notice what arises as you pause and hold. How does it feel to keep working into the same areas of the body? Does it shift? Does it change? Does anything new come to the surface? Just here for the last half minute. Just take a final round of breath here. And then as you inhale, next time, release your top arm, look down to the floor, and then slowly lift yourself back up to center. Again, if you took the bottom leg underneath to lean back into the hands, take the bottom leg out first, and then we can use the hands to take the top leg off. Nice. Just take a moment here. You can either keep the legs out straight in front of you or bring the feet flat to the floor and hug yourself small. If you wanted to take any knee sways or feet rolls, you can do that too. Just pause for a moment in center and feel into each side of the body. So as we work laterally, it gives us a real strong understanding and insight to any asymmetrical imbalances in the body. Is there any tension on this side that there wasn't on that side? Can I feel more open as I move into that side more, or that side more? How does the breath feel? And it just helps us to correct any imbalances. So it brings really lovely sense of balance into the spine also. Nice. So we are going to just finish with hugging knees into the chest and coming down to lay on our back, and then moving into Shavasana for Yoga Nidra. So make sure that you have everything set up. You want maybe a blanket underneath the back of the head to give your head a little bit of a lift and support the neck. So you really want to tuck the blanket all the way down. Maybe bring in a bolster underneath the backs of the knees, might feel quite nice. If you feel that it feels nice to elevate the feet as well, you can bring blocks underneath your heels, but make sure the heels are connected to the floor. And something light to cover the eyes, like an eye mask or just a light cloth is perfect. And if you wanted to keep warm, make sure you've got extra layers on, maybe some socks or a blanket. So once you've found everything that you need and you feel nice and settled, just come to lay down onto your back and hug your knees into your chest so you've got a nice forward fold, just a nice compression into the spine. If it feels good to take a few rocks side to side, you can do that too. Let's just take a couple more breaths here. Really breathe into your belly. Nice, and then slowly releasing the legs and taking the legs out long. Just covering yourself over with any blankets, anything to keep you warm and comfortable. Covering your eyes over. And just taking any final stretches, movements that helps you to rest. So this is a practice to bring positive change. So we're working with intention for the month and for our Yoga Nidra today. So just inviting in a sense of positive change. And this is helping us to just slowly bring that intention in as we work deeply into the subconscious mind. So we'll create a sankalpa as we come to that point, but just so you know where we're heading. Just take any final movements, adjustments that feel good for your body, just to come into that real space of deep rest. Into just draw your attention and your awareness to your breath. And allow the breath to feel completely spontaneous and rested. And just tune into any sounds that you can hear in this moment. Nothing else but what you can hear without straining. And begin to focus on the most distant sounds that you can hear. Let your sense of hearing radiate outward, searching out any distant sounds, and just follow them for a few moments. No labeling, no judging, but just acknowledging the environment, sounds as frequencies, vibrations, rising and falling, ebbing and flowing. And just gradually bring in a sense of hearing back to sounds that are closer towards your body. And tuning into the sound of your own breath. Become aware of the natural and spontaneous breath that moves in and out of your body without any effort. And as the natural breath flows in through both nostrils, notice the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. Sense of coolness as you inhale, and a slight warmth as you exhale the breath. Allow your breath to become longer and slower. Take a slow, long inhalation, followed by a slower, longer exhalation. And just each round of exhalation, you're making them even slower. At the very end of the exhalation, notice there's a slight pause. And within that pause, just hold there. Pausing and holding in that exhale. And then when you feel that urge to breathe in, bubble up, slowly breathe in. So you're really, really slowing the breath down, coming into that space of non-moving with the breath. And then once you feel ready to, slowly bring the breath back in. So it's very gentle. Just continue breathing in that way. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Holding that pause in the exhale just a little longer. And then a slow inhale once again. Just taking a final round in that way. And then allow the breath to return just to a very natural, easy, effortless breath. Just releasing any control over your in and exhale. To bring to your mind a short positive statement, your sankalpa or intention for the practice, and use really simple language and just try to discover one naturally, stating an intention of positive change. So something that you would like to bring into fruition that's of positive change. Just a very short statement. It can be something that you're working on within your emotional self or any relationships. It can be through your work life, your physical body, anything that you would like to bring positive change to. Once you've found that intention, just repeat it in your mind 3 times. And once you've finished repeating that, just allow the intention to drift out of your mind, knowing that these intentions that we plant in the fertile soil of our subconscious mind will slowly come to fruition as we see it change our everyday lives and our choices. So just say to yourself, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am awake and aware. We'll now begin a rotation of consciousness through the body. So all you need to do is just listen to the body part as I name it, and jump your attention, your consciousness to each body part as it's labeled. So the practice begins on the right hand side. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger relaxed, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm relaxing, elbow, upper arm, shoulder relaxed, armpit, waist, right hip, thigh, knee, calf relaxing, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger relaxed, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm relaxed, shoulder, armpit, waist, left hip, thigh, knee, calf relaxing, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the back of the body, right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead relaxed, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, the whole nose, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, tongue relaxed, throat, whole neck, right collarbone, left collarbone relaxed, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, middle of the chest relaxing, middle of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen relaxed, right groin, left groin, the pelvic floor relaxed, whole right leg relaxed, whole right leg relaxed, whole left leg, whole left leg, whole right arm, whole right arm, whole left arm relaxed, whole left arm relaxed. The whole face. The whole face. Whole head relaxed. Whole head relaxed. The whole torso relaxed. Whole torso relaxed. Whole body. Whole body. The whole body relaxed. Feel a sense of heaviness and sinking as the body rests, mind rests, and consciousness remains awake. Sense of heaviness and sinking. Bring your awareness to concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyelids. Imagine before you a transparent screen, as though you were at a cinema. And the screen is as high and as wide as the eyes can see. Concentrate on this mind screen and become aware of any phenomena that manifests within it. So colors, patterns, light. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Continue your awareness of this space, but do not become involved. Let's practice detached awareness. If any subtle images make themselves known, simply notice them without directing the images. And if thoughts occur, let them come and go. But continue watching the dark space. Continue with detached awareness. Now, a number of different things will be named, and you should envision them on all levels of emotion, memory, imagination, as best as you can. Jump from image to image as soon as you hear it. Red desert. Peacock feather. Buddha meditating. Doctor's office. A good night's rest. Full moon. your reflection in a mirror. Foggy morning. Waiting for results. Sun shining overhead. Bouquet of flowers. Tall tree. Receiving help from others. Cool, clear river. Making appointments. A relaxing afternoon. Laughing with friends. A warm embrace. Burning candle. Temple on a mountain. Path in the woods. Vibrant sunset. Taking a deep breath. A beautiful garden path. Cat stretching. Your favorite song. The sound of my voice. Your body lying on the floor. It's time to repeat your sankalpa, your intention. So please repeat the same intention or statement made at the beginning of the practice 3 times mentally now. And come back gently to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Maintain your awareness of breath and at the same time develop your awareness of your physical body. Your body is relaxed and lying on the floor. And just feel the container of your skin, the clothes, the props that are touching you. Notice the heaviness of your body as it rests on the floor. And take your awareness to all the points that are touching the floor. The back of your heels, thighs, buttocks, shoulder blades, arms, hands, head. And do not open your eyes yet, but visualize the surrounding room. Imagine where you are in the room and the other objects that are around you. As you slowly return to consciousness, practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Just lie quietly until you feel ready to move. And when you feel ready to, just start by slowly moving your hands, your feet. Really take your time. There is no hurry. And when you're sure that you're fully awake, please roll to your right side. Take a moment to breathe, a few transitioning breaths here. And gently open your eyes and use your hands to press yourself up from the floor. And when you're in your seat, bring your hands to prayer, resting the thumbs into your heart space, and just close down through your eyes and connect back in with your heart center, back in with your intention, and just knowing that your seeds are set in place and positive change is to come. As we expand more fully into ourselves, into our own energetic field. May we encourage and bring positive change to those around us. Take a nice deep breath into your heart, into your belly. As you exhale, bow your head down in gratitude to yourself, to your body, to the teachers before us and this amazing practice of yoga and yoga nidra. And offering gratitude to each other for sharing this space, energy together. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone.